Funakayi South Local Council Development Area. Nigeria Association of Women Journalists Gombe State Chapter declares full support for the special seats bill. And Muslim faithfuls worldwide expected to commence fasting tomorrow, Wednesday, 18th February. A very good evening and welcome to the news. I am Comfort Mokol Ali. Now the news. Residents of Tongo, Funakayi LG have welcomed the new Funakayi South Local Council Development Area Secretariat, describing it as a major step in bringing the government closer to the people. Speaking during the foundation laying ceremony presided over by Governor Muhammadu Inuahia, residents described the move as a milestone that will not only bring government closer to the people, but also reduce the distance they have to travel to access administrative services. They highlighted that the location of the Secretariat in Tongo will ensure quicker responses to local issues, making governance more efficient and people-oriented. The community commended Governor Inuahia for what they termed a thoughtful and inclusive initiative, noting that it reflects the state government's commitment to decentralization, equitable development, and citizen-centered governance. Residents emphasized that the creation of the new development area is expected to open up opportunities for employment, expand infrastructure, and improve access to social services. Furthermore, they stressed that bringing governance closer to the grassroots will encourage greater participation of citizens in decision-making processes and foster stronger collaboration between government officials and traditional institutions, strengthening community engagement and accountability. They pledged continued support to the governor's policies and programs, expressing optimism that the new secretariat will serve as catalyst for sustainable growth, improved living standard, and overall socio-economic development across southern Funakayi. In preparation for the formation of women affinity groups, WACs, in line with the implementation policies of the Nigeria for Women project, the Gombe State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, in collaboration with the State Office of the Nigeria for Women Program, SCALOP, has inaugurated 120 ward WACs facilitators in Funakayi local government area. The inauguration ceremony held in Bajoga marked the end of a week-long step-down training for facilitators selected from the 10 wards of the local government area. Correspondent Abigail Kolo completes the report.
Inaugurating the 120 ward facilitators, the Gombe State Project Coordinator, Hajia Hawa Adamu Saraki, reiterated that the Nigerian for Women project is designed to build and strengthen women's capabilities and create appropriate structures to improve their livelihoods. She explained that one of such structures is the formation of women affinity groups, WACs, comprising 25 women aged 18 and above who engage in businesses through contributions, savings, and access to loans for self-reliance. Hajia Hawa Saraki stated that the facilitators are to assist women in forming the groups, guide them through the registration processes, monitor and supervise their activities on a weekly basis. She added that each facilitator is expected to form and monitor 10 WACs, charging them to be good ambassadors of their communities by upholding trustworthiness, effective communication, patience, discipline, and selflessness in carrying out their responsibilities.
Initially, we have started this training since last week. The ward facilitators, 120 ward facilitators, that they are going to monitor the activities of women affinity group for 52 weeks.
The project coordinator further stated that the project is being implemented in 3 local government areas of the state, including Yamal Tudeba local government, representing Gombe Central, Balanga, representing Gombe South, while Funakayi is representing Gombe North. She reminded the facilitators that the success of the project depends largely on their commitment to service, which could warrant its expansion to other local government areas of the state. While appreciating the commitment of Governor Muhammadu Inuahia to women empowerment programs in the state, the project coordinator also commended the local government authorities and the traditional institution for their continued support and solicited for more cooperation. Earlier in their remarks, the chairman of Funakayi local government area, represented by his deputy Alhaji Umar Busum, and the senior district head of Bajoga, Alhaji Garba Muhammad, who represented the emir of Funakayi, thanked the state government for selecting the local government among the first 3 for the commencement of the project. They advised the facilitators to live up to their assigned responsibilities. Also speaking, the Monitoring and Evaluation Advisor of the Nigeria for Women.
The Nigeria Association of Women Journalists NAWAJ Gombe State chapter has declared its full support for the Special Seats Bill HB 1349 currently before the National Assembly, describing it as a decisive step towards addressing the persistent underrepresentation of women in Nigeria's political space. In a statement jointly signed by the chairperson Abigail Kolo and Secretary Fatia Awal Abba, the association explained that the proposed legislation is aimed at correcting long-standing gender imbalance in elective positions across the country. NAWAJ noted that Nigerian women have consistently demonstrated competence and leadership across various sectors, yet their presence in elective offices remains significantly low. The association maintained that inclusive governance leads to stronger policy outcomes and sustainable national development. It stressed that women's political representation should be regarded not as a privilege but as a democratic necessity. NAWAJ therefore called on members of the National Assembly, particularly lawmakers representing Gombe State, to support and vote in favor of HB 1349. It also urged political actors, civil society organizations, traditional institutions, and the general public to rally behind what it described as transformative legislation. The association further appealed to the media to intensify public awareness and counter misinformation surrounding the bill. As the Ramadan fast draws nearer, foodstuff worth millions of naira were distributed to women in Gombe North by the wife of Minister of Transportation, Hajia Zainab Al-Ghali. Speaking while distributing the items at AY Guest House premises in Gombe, Hajia Zainab Al-Ghali said the gesture is to support families to conduct a forthcoming Ramadan fast devoid of food constraints. Presented by her aide, Hajia Fatima Al-Fulani Medina, Hajia Zainab Al-Ghali urged beneficiaries to use the foodstuff judiciously for each free conduct of the Ramadan fast. Some of the beneficiaries who spoke at distribution center, to include APC women leaders Hajia Fatima Suleiman Adamu and Hajia Mariam Haruna, commended Hajia Zainab Ali for coming to the aid of women, especially now that the Ramadan fast is approaching. Items distributed include 500 bags of rice, sugar, millet, and cooking oil, beans, pasta, and undisclosed amount of money. The 14th annual Kamo Cultural Festival held last Saturday at Bachuana Kamo in Kaltungo Chiefdom has been described as a true display of the community's rich cultural heritage and hospitality. National President of Kamo Community Development Association and State Commissioner of Agriculture, Cooperatives and Animal Husbandry, Dr. Barnabas Malay, who made the assertion in a phone interview with a reporter, also noted that the turnout of dignitaries was unprecedented. He also noted that the people of Kamo were overwhelmed with the show of love by guests, especially donations made towards the community town hall and museum project, with some individuals donating up to 100 million naira. Dr. Barnabas Malay used the opportunity to appreciate Governor Muhammad Inuhaya, who was represented by a delegation led by the SSG, Professor Ibrahim Abakar Intradi, for his unwavering support to Kamo community. The national president also appreciated the member representing Akufera constituency, Usman bin Lokumo, for his generous donation. The guest speaker, Professor Salisu Ali Rakum, Kaltungo Local Council Chairman Ilyas Suleiman, and others for their respective contributions to the success of the event. Dr. Malay further commended the leadership and members of Kamo Community Development Association for sacrificing their time, energy, and resources to ensure success of the annual event. Muslims across the world are preparing to welcome the holy month of Ramadan, a sacred period marked by mercy, forgiveness, and spiritual reflection. The month offers an opportunity for believers to purify their hearts and strengthen their relationship with Allah through fasting and increased devotion. Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam from dawn to sunset. Muslims abstain from food, drink, and other acts that invalidate the fast in obedience to Allah and in pursuit of His pleasure. Beyond physical restraint, scholars emphasize the importance of guarding one's speech and conduct by avoiding lies, gossip, insults, and other negative behaviors that diminish the spiritual reward of fasting. Faithful Muslims are also encouraged to increase acts of worship during the month, including recitation of the Quran, voluntary prayers, and acts of charity to support the less privileged. Ultimately, Ramadan is a period of self-discipline, moral growth, and strengthening social bonds, observed in the hope of attaining Allah's forgiveness and abundant rewards. Meanwhile, butcher's business has been described as a noble vocation dating back to man's early civilization. The Sarkin Fawang Gombe Alhaji Nasiru Napadi made the remark during the presentation of a letter of confirmation of Alhaji Awol Hassan as Tafid and Sarkin Fawang Gombe. The ceremony took place at the residence of the new title holder at the Bomala area along the bypass in Gombe. Represented by Alhaji Ibrahim Yusuf Haruna, the Sarkin Fawang said the title was bestowed on Hassan in recognition of his contributions to the development of the butcher's trade, especially in creating employment opportunities for young people. Alhaji Nasiru Namadi also commended Governor Muhammad Inuhaya for supporting the sector through the provision of modern slaughterhouses across the state. He thanked the Sarkin Fawang Gombe for the honor and pledged continued support for the advancement of the trade. Associates of the new title holder described him as a respected figure whose efforts have contributed significantly to the growth of profession in Gombe State. Responding, the Tafid and Sarkin Fawang Gombe Alhaji Awol Hassan expressed gratitude for the recognition and pledged to double efforts towards strengthening and advancing the butcher's trade. Participants at a two-day training workshop on gender-based violence, GBV, in Gombe State have called for stronger action and sustained collaboration among stakeholders to tackle the growing menace and work towards a GBV-free society. The workshop, which focuses on strengthening the role of gender desk officers and advocates as catalysts for gender mainstreaming, was organized by the Black LIP Alumni Support Initiative in partnership with the Advancement for Women and Youth Initiative Joyogo. The event held at International Hotel Gombe attracted participants from ministries, departments and agencies, civil society organizations, security agencies, religious bodies and traditional institutions. One of the key participants, Honorable Gabriel Galadima Fisherson, member representing Kaltungo West in the Gombe State House of Assembly and Chairman House Committee on Women Affairs and Special Duties, said the workshop aligns with the state government's ongoing effort to promote women's inclusion, empower the girl child, and ensure a safe and secure society for all. He commended Governor Muhammad Inuhaya for providing an enabling environment through policies that prioritize gender equity and social protection.
Also hold this. Let it not be a workshop as usual. Let it be a workshop with a different, an action workshop, where after now we'll go out there and become ambassadors. We'll do the dial-lining discussions to many people, and we're going to collaborate together. We're going to form a serious team to which we work together as a people, so that we see how we can fight these menace. Certainly, I want them to uphold it, to make it a committed assignment. Let it be something that is done because of sacrifice, because this is our land, this is our state. We need to stand for it, so that we produce a better place for stay.
Also speaking, the Amira of the Federation of Muslim Women's Association of Nigeria, Hajja Habibatu Idris Akwara, observed that gender-based violence often thrives in silence and cuts across religious and ethnic boundaries. She stressed the urgent need for communities to break the culture of silence and unite in addressing the problem collectively.
Kwarai da gaske haɗin kan ƙungiyoyi da jami'an gwamnati zai taimaka kwarai da gaske a yakan wannan matsala na gender based violence, kuma ina kira ga gwamnati da su taimaka su ba da haɗin kai akan wannan aiki, so that mu haɗu as a team mu yaƙi wannan cin zarafin jinsi a cikin al'umma.
The workshop featured technical paper presentations, the development of a strategic work plan, and the inauguration of a Gombe State GBV Task Force Committee. The committee will operate under the supervision of the founder of Joyengo, a special advisor to the Governor of Women Affairs, Mrs. Finney David. She expressed appreciation to participants and urged them to remain committed to the one-year anti-GBV campaign aimed at significantly reducing the state's 59.3% GBV prevalence rate to the barest minimum. The Nigeria for Women project scale-up in Gombe State has paid a courtesy visit to the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Gombe State Command, to strengthen institutional collaboration and ensure a secure environment for the implementation of its women empowerment initiatives. Speaking during the visit to the state project coordinator, Hajia Hawa Musaraki, said the engagement was aimed at fostering partnership and securing the cause's continued support in safeguarding project activities across communities. She explained that the program focuses on the economic empowerment of women through structured women affinity groups, works, improved access to livelihood opportunities, and stronger grassroots institutions. According to her, the community-based nature of the project requires a peaceful and secure atmosphere to succeed. Hajia Saraki emphasized that security agencies play a vital role in enabling women to participate freely in group activities without fear or intimidation. In his response, the NSCDC State Commandant Idris Jibrin acknowledged the significance of women-focused development initiatives in promoting social stability and economic growth. He assured the delegation of the command's readiness to collaborate with the project to guarantee the safety of beneficiaries across the state. The commandant noted that economic empowerment of women contributes to reducing social vices and strengthening community resilience, reaffirming the command's commitment to providing necessary security support to ensure that the project achieves its objectives. A victim of the recent fire disaster near Gombe Timber Market, also a former major dealer of scrap materials, Alhaji Laja, popularly known as A.A. Laja, has said that the inferno was not caused by electricity. Alhaji A.A. Laja said the inferno, which started at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, was alleged to be ignited by some suspected persons. According to him, the fire outbreak burnt down to ashes, roofing sheets, and other valuable materials, scrap aluminium doors, and his SUV. He added that the fire escalated beyond control of firefighters and water tankers. He then thanked the state governor, Alhaji Muhammad Inuhaya, for his concern towards the incidents, praying for a successful administration. And this concludes the news. So before I go, I look at some of the stories that made headlines. You heard that Governor Muhammad Inuhaya has laid foundation for the construction of Fundakai South Local Council Development Area. Also brought to you a report that Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, Gombe State Chapter, has declared full support for the special seats bill. And finally, we reported to you that Muslim faithfuls worldwide are expected to commence fasting tomorrow, Wednesday the 18th of February. That's been the news. Thanks for watching.